Hello my brothers and sisters. I'm redoing this video because of the wind we had the last time. It's cutting across the microphone. Even though it's just like a little gentle breeze right here, it sounds like a hurricane over the mic. What I want to talk about is April Lajune. She's a conservative talk show host on YouTube, and she's popular. She has quite a following, and she has a video up. I'll leave that in the description section below because I'll link to it. And I had a conversation with her, and I was telling her, if the video is about, when do we stand up and fight? As in physical bloodshed. And I said, well, as Christians, because I thought she was a Christian, I said, as Christians, we don't. We understand by Bible prophecy where we're at, standing right now, prophetically speaking. Oh, I feel a light breeze. I hope it doesn't come across. We'll find out in a minute. We as Christians, our warfare is spiritual. We contend for the faith. We spread the gospel. That's what we're supposed to do. And I was telling her, no, we're not supposed to fight. And then that raised her ire. I said, we are not going to be here for this time frame because we're going to be raptured. That's Daniel's 70th week. It has absolutely nothing to do with the church. And then she sent me a link on, she was on live. And that's where you can, that little section up here where you can leave comments and she can respond back. Well, I said, no, the rapture's going to happen. She sent me a link disproving the rapture, and lo and behold, it was the Doctrine and Covenants. April Lajune is a card-carrying Mormon. She has no contextual understanding of scriptures, prophecy, or anything for that matter. And I have detailed to you many times how Donald Trump is drawing the forces of Antichrist because the Antichrist has set up his own situation where he can arise. He pushes these liberals to the so far extreme left that in other countries like Europe, they're letting all the mass invasion of the migrants come into Islam. They're having problems with that. That's going to be part of the war. Here it's going to be civil war because, again, the left is pushed so hard to the left that everybody that's conservative wants to fight back. Well, conservatism is not Christianity, and Christianity is not conservatism. I know my role in this world. I am to spread the gospel. I am to contend for the faith because I'm looking at down the prophetic future, and I see the imminent rapture. And of course, being a Mormon, she has no idea what I'm talking about. It just surprised me that she is a Mormon, and that she's taking this Christian position, what we should do. Well, there's a whole bunches of cults out there that say, yes, we rise up now, we take up arms, and if they attack us, we go wipe them out. And that's not the role of the Christian. Our weapons are not of the physical world. Our weapon is the Bible. Just the Bible. Not the Book of Mormon, not the Pearls of Great Price, not the Doctrine and Covenants. And I began to say, listen, if you're a Mormon, you're not a Christian. If you're a Mormon, you're listening to a man that is a pedophile. He had underage girls as wives. He had daughters and mothers as wives. He had sisters as wives. He had married women with children as wives. How can you be in all good faith spread anything and calling it Christianity that came from a pedophile polygamist? How can you in all good faith spread anything about Hebrews and the New Jerusalem coming down in Missouri, which she believes? How come you, if this story was true, north to south, east to west, North America, Central America, South America, how come every single one of the people groups down there, up here and around, don't have Hebrew DNA? There is no Hebrew DNA. It's an outright fabrication. Now, if it was a lie that Joseph Smith just told, or whether he received it from a demon or an angel appearing as light, angel of darkness, then it's still a fabrication. Now, you're claiming to represent Jesus in a movement where you say we may have to take people's bloodshed. I want you to go anywhere in the scriptures and you find where people go out and take bloodshed. Yes, the Christ told the apostles, if you have a couple cloaks, sell them, buy a sword. That was for self-defense. Of course, if someone's going to attack me somewhere with a knife, I'm going to defend myself. Of course, if they try to break into my house and get to my family, I'm going to defend myself. That is not forming an army to go against another army. That's called mob. And yes, the Antichrist forces under Donald Trump or whatever Antichrist comes up is going to win. That's the whole point. They need this chaos to break out for the Antichrist to step up. And of course, Mormonism has no idea what I'm talking about. She brings up this whole, the two sticks, one being Israel, the other being Joseph Smith in the book. And I will detail another video, and I'll prove to her, because she said I take scriptures out of context. I'm taking verses out of them. I'm twisting them out. And I do. You all know I do contextual studies, verse by verse, chapter by chapter, book by book. I've done them under Chuck Missler, Grant Jeffries, Dave Hunt. Many of the greats, I've sat down, I watched their videos and gone text by text, by text, by text, by text. And I love doing that. That's the truth of the Word. And they're telling me that no, they're viewing my book through their lens of their written works, saying this, we'll interpret this. Because it is their claim that precious truths were lost from Scriptures. And I've showed you guys. I can go back to the people that wrote them, the Apostolic Fathers, the early Church Fathers. 1st, 2nd, 3rd centuries in 4 languages of Koine, Greek, Latin, Syriac, and Coptic. And the scriptures do this. And nowhere in them do you find a Heavenly Father and a Heavenly Mother getting funky and Jesus becoming the first spirit being. Jesus is eternal. Jesus is the Elohim. This is what they miss. They deny the Trinity. They don't understand the concept at all. Therefore, they deny Christianity. And they talk out both sides of their mouth. The Bible, Book of Mormon, all these great teachings they go just like this, when in fact they contradict each other from beginning to end. And of the two, I can trace mine back through evidence of history, archaeology, eyewitness testimony, names, places, dates. I can verify my Bible that it is true, accurate history. I can verify that it is prophecy through prophecy given and prophecy fulfilled. Just like you said, there's no rapture. And I said, well, Revelation 3:10 is out of the world, getting ready to go through the whole period of time of testing. And if we were going to go through, it would be dia, through, out of. We're going to be removed out of this world. Which goes hand in hand with John 14, verses 1 through 3, where the church is taken out of the world to the Father's house where Jesus is at during this Daniel 70th week time frame. That as prophecy has been given. It will be fulfilled. And I told her, this is what you are seeing now. You're seeing all these forces start to line up and oppose each other worldwide, and when they go boom, when they finally clash, the Antichrist is going to show up and under groups that she's going to be talking with, leading with. Hell, she may be pulling the trigger for all I know. She's going to represent him. She represents Antichrist. She is Antichrist, according to the Scriptures. I tried showing her these things, and it just shocked me to find out you're a Mormon? I've been listening to you talk about conservative politics this whole time, and I just now get to the truth that you're a Mormon? I haven't been following her for very long, but she's not small. She's not small time. And some of those people were like, whoa, what? You're a Mormon? And not in the comment section, but in the chat section for the live feed. You're a Mormon? What? Wait. And she got after me. I mean, I will link to the video below. You can watch it, and you can see where she takes absolute satanic cult Mormon doctrine and tries to place it upon the Scriptures through their lens and say, see, that's what that verse says. And it says nothing of the like. I'll detail that for you in my next video. But, again, if the Book of Mormon is true, how come you don't have horses, armor, swords, metallurgy, coins, proper crops during the proper time frame? It's all false. If it was as she said, you would not be able to stick a pick in the dirt without finding some form of artifact, like you can do in Israel, because the Bible gives names, places, dates that actually correlate with places on earth, actually correlates with eyewitness testimony, people there writing, seeing what's happening with Jesus. He is the Elohim, the I Am, the God of Israel, or else they would not have tried, they wouldn't have killed him otherwise. But now she's fomenting, she's taking part in this. I won't say fomenting, that's a strong word. I will say taking part of. Both sides are preparing for battle. It is as plain as on anybody's nose, on anybody's face. We can see it. We know it. She knows it. The other cults know it. Donald Trump knows it. They're going to use this time frame of chaos, this time frame of war, even though it's going to be very short, to bring the Antichrist. And she's going to be on that side. Now, we Christians are not going to be here. We're going to be gone. And that is biblical. That is textual. You can't look me in the eye as a Mormon and say you understand anything about the scriptures unless you've studied them in a contextual manner without the lens of Mormonism. Because the lens of Mormonism contaminates the whole text. And you can't attack my text at one side of your mouth and say, we have the restored gospel, something from this once was lost, and then in the next breath turn around and start quoting from the book saying, see, this is what this teaches, twisting the scriptures. It's either the Bible is real or the Mormon works are real. It's one or the other, because one opposes the other. They do not agree on anything. They think they agree. Now, she's either willfully ignorant or she's a liar. I believe she's a little bit of both. Because especially when I show her the two sticks, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You most likely already do when I bring up my next video and I detail this for her, what the verses are teaching. I've helped a lot of people understand the scriptures. And for her to say, you're taking this out of context, the rapture's not what you think it is. Your Jesus is our Jesus. We're supposed to take part in the battle that brings the Antichrist. You know, your skin crawls listening to her because she's so willfully ignorant of the Bible. I would like you people to show up and leave some comments. Start giving her the real gospel. Start bringing some contextual criticism to her, showing her where they're wrong and where we're right. Because I can tell you now, she is Antichrist. She is going to be left behind at the rapture to see the things that are come upon this earth, where at the first half of the tribulation, you're going to see 2 to 3 million dead. Second half, 2 to 3 million, billions dead. She's going to see this time of God's wrath, and it's going to be falling upon her head if she does not see the rapture and realize, I was wrong. You are Jesus, you are Elohim, you are God in the flesh. The fullness of the Godhead rests upon you bodily. You know, the Word was with God, and the God was with God, and in heaven was God. You know, where it's calling all three beings God. You can't escape that fact that the Bible teaches the Trinity. And here she is, contending with me, a cult member, a known cult member. Teachings of a pedophile, polygamist, liars, false prophets, completely messed up archaeology, history, nothing exists. She's taking that over the words of a true Christian that can teach the scriptures to her. People are going to be shocked when they find out, yes, she is in fact a Mormon. And she called the Jehovah's Witnesses a bunch of loony bins. Without thinking that Mormonism compared to them is like triple bad loony bins. They believe they're actually going to become gods. That's blasphemy. I pity those people, because in the twinkle of an eye, when they see that rapture and they realize we were right, this event happened. Don't fall for the lies of the aliens that will show up, or whatever form of going to be falling upon this earth. Don't fall for what they tell you. They did not take us away somewhere to re-education centers. They are not ushering in a golden age. You are going to see death wholesale. Billions and billions will die. You will have the chance to believe, but you are going to have to endure till the end. And I doubt very seriously whether you make it. You will have to die and be under that altar saying, God, when are you going to avenge our deaths? All right, that's about enough for now, but I encourage you guys to go watch the video. Popular conservative YouTube talk show. You're not going to believe the things she says in her video. The New Jerusalem's going to come down to the United States, New Missouri somewhere. I was like, "Duh. Okay, you're going to get a lot of people killed now. Instead of being saved and raptured, you're going to get a lot of people killed. It's on your head. You help spread the false gospel, the another Jesus. He is not a created being. He is the creator of all things that have been created, including matter. He is Elohim. You've been told. You've been warned.